Hello guys, finally I'm making my best books of 2012 video and I'm gonna do top 10 books. This is in no particular order, so here we go. The best books I read in 2012 was A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. This is the second book in the Song of Ice and Fire series and this book was fantastic. I loved it and I read it super fast. Compared to the first one, so that was a plus. And also A Storm of Swords by George R. R. Martin. This is the third book. This is in 2 volumes and I freaking love this book, so this is definitely on the list of my best books for last year. It was just amazing, guys. I'm having a problem with the series is that I don't want to read anything else. So it's been hard that I have to push away from them for a while, like I did last month, because I didn't want to read anything else. So I just had to put them down and the 4th and 5th book to wait a little bit because I needed to read other things, other books to get out of the way, because I love them so much. So if you guys are hesitant to pick it up, you should try it, really, you should. There's a lot of talk of how violent the book can be, but I think the fantastic heroes and heroines and characters that are just really good people, you just want to see how they're going to win this or not, or how they're going to lose. And there's fantastic characters in it. I'm going to stop talking now because it has to be a fast video. Another wonderful book I read last year was Coraline by Neil Gaiman, and I listened to it as an audiobook, and I already purchased a copy for me because I want to own a copy for the book, because I think audiobooks are just not as awesome as having a physical book in your collection. Another book that was one of my favorites of this year was Arcadia Awakens by Kay Meyer. And this book was really different, really surprising, and it had a very different feel to it. Remembering, looking back at all the things I read to make the list, this was outstanding. Also, one of my favorites was The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This was just my kind of book. It's an adult fantasy book, and there's not a very linear timeline, and everything connects in a way that makes it all very delightful. I don't know how to explain how this timeline works, and the characters were fantastic, and the world building is very slow and very magical at the same time, so it's a fantastic book. Another favorite of last year was The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. This book was a surprise for me because while I was reading and I thought it was a really mundane story, some really great inspirational things would come out from the story, and it was amazing. Freaking lovely book. Also The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. This book was recommended to me by a friend, along with a team of books and words and people and feelings. It is just a fantastic book, guys. It was The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, but it just blew me away. Just Charlie's letters started making me feel a lot more connected to him and to his story. I'm also going to say Flipped by Wendelin Van Drennan. This book is very lovely, guys. Go read the synopsis and see the trailer or something, because then you know what it is about. I thought it was super sweet and very well written and deals with very beautiful thoughts and great characters. Yeah. And another of the best books I read last year was The Girl Who Chased the Moon by Sarah Dessen Allen. Sarah Dessen Allen was my favorite contemporary magical realism authors, and this book is super sweet. Wow, this was one of my favorites. It's probably the favorite book by her that I have read. It takes place in a very different city called Mullaby, and there's this mysterious lights that intrigue the city, and then there's this girl that goes to the city to try to find out more about her mom when she was young there, and it was just amazing. It was just awesome and sweet and adorable. Okay, those were my top 10 books of 2012, my favorites of all. I'll talk to you guys later.